Yo, my name is Chin. Today's date, Thursday, 6th of March, currently 9:53 p.m. I'm 24 years old. I'm currently 100 kgs. Yes, I am 100 kgs. I have $700 to my name. And I am also 5'8". If you don't believe me, fucking 700 to my name, bro. Fuck me. Focus! You're probably thinking, why does he only have $700 in his bank account? Also, why is he lying about his weight? No, I'm actually genuinely serious. I'm 100 kgs. Watch this shit, bro. This is my current day's physique. Those of you who are watching, I'm guessing there are two groups. A, you've come to make fun of me, which valid. I'm being fully genuinely myself in this video. Or B, you are in a similar situation as me, where you feel like a failure, you haven't really accomplished anything in your early or late 20s, or maybe early 30s or whatever, and you just feel a bit lost. Like, what the fuck, why are we here? Like, what is the purpose? Why am I here? No, this will not be some inspirational video. This is not some fake guru. I'm not gonna sell you a course or anything. This is just a random dude just letting out his full unfiltered thoughts. Like, this is, in this video I'm going to be 100% me. First of all, I am very insecure. I'm insecure by my height, I'm insecure by the way I talk, I'm insecure of my deaf left ear, I'm insecure by my chronic sinus issues, I'm insecure with my voice, I'm insecure of my body, my face, fucking acne, bro. You're probably thinking it's not that bad, but trust me, I had insanely bad acne. You can probably see the scars. I had very, very bad acne in high school, and I was fat and short too, so literally triple L, man, pick a struggle. I'm also insecure about my current financial status, and also my life. You're probably thinking, why is this guy so chill about it? I think there comes a point in life where you accept the context. Up until I was like around 20 years old, I didn't really understand what I was doing. More to that, I came from a traditional Chinese household, so studied like a traditional pathway, was gonna do medicine, didn't get in, I was severely depressed, didn't understand why. More to that, actually, I grew up in a very authoritarian household, and if you're Asian or similar to me at all, you were just an obedient child who was just a child. No one really valued your opinion since you were a child, and your sole duty was just to agree and do what your parents tell you. Basically, your way of life is through your parents, and you have no sole decisions, even when you're in your early 20s. Your whole life is dictated by your parents, and it's not nice. Like, it was only until I was like my first or second year of university where I realized I was severely depressed, and I didn't understand why. If you're watching this video and you feel like you're a failure, you gotta understand that you need to forgive yourself for everything. Forgive yourself for what has been. Everything from, perhaps you had bad influences around you. Maybe you had bad parents, or maybe you had some genetic disorder or whatever disease. You need to forgive yourself. Well, first of all, I I don't have all the answers. Okay, take this with a grain of salt. I'm only 24, but what has helped me is moving. Grew up in a traditional Chinese household in a Western country, and New Zealand's one of the good countries, I believe. It's very chill culture, but being a child of an immigrant family, it's like you never really felt like you belong. Majority of the people in my schools were like white European, and because I am fucking Asian, you don't really feel like you belonged in any group. That's kind of a stretch. There were a few Asian people that I made friends with, but I guess I'm trying to say is that you don't feel like you fit in with the majority, and I don't think people really acknowledge it, but it invalidates your beliefs in you a little bit when you are part of a minority. Like the things you believe and your way of life and your how you see the world is just not validated by majority of your country. So you kind of feel like you're a fish out of water. Yeah, so there was always that instability in your confidence, in your inner confidence. So it's probably why I'm quite like, I'm like this, the way I am. I'm soft-spoken, don't like conflict, and yeah, like emotionally, I wouldn't say I'm very secure as well, but I'll get into that soon. But so I grew up in that environment until basically that's the context that I grew up in. Wasn't until I was like 19 or 20 when I realized, wait, what the fuck am I doing? As in, every decision that was in my life was not made by me, it was made by my parents. Which you probably think is like valid because you are a child, but here's why it sucked. As a child, I'd love to draw. Like, I love drawing. I drew every chance I got, and I was pretty good. Like, I was the best drawer in my primary. Not that it really means anything. I peaked in primary, goddamn. But I think not having that support from your parents really sucked, because they didn't really value that. I know it's a small thing. I think it's a part of me that really would have flourished, but that's okay. Because your parents only know what they know, and they don't know what they don't know. I studied the Asian 5, which, if you don't know, that's physics, chemistry, biology, and 2 of the math subjects, which was calculus and statistics. My grades weren't, like, really good, and they also weren't really bad. I was kind of, like, above average. But I think if I applied myself more, I'd definitely get better grades. But because I didn't know that I was depressed and I didn't like my life, I was using escapism through video games, which I think is probably an epidemic nowadays. I think it already is, but yeah, unsatisfied with my life, so I was gaming day and night, and I'm also gymming, which is a better form of escapism. That's where I started gymming. I was also fucking fat. Fat, I was short, and yeah, I just thought life was unfair, and I was trying to make my parents proud, and I was just fucking just gonna do everything. So yeah, gaming was kind of my only way out of all that mess. But eventually I lost a lot of weight. Not because I had a proper gym program and nutritionist or anything, but I literally, for like a month, I just ate tuna, 1 can of tuna and an apple, which, looking back, was really fucked. Like, literally an eating disorder. Could have been very dangerous, but, you know, thankfully I'm a fat fuck inside, and I ate decently after that. But please don't do that. If you're thinking of losing weight, don't do that. I'm telling you now, don't. So, lost a little weight. Was like, you know what, I can do this. You know what, life ain't that bad. There's one thing down. You know, I just hope I get taller. Spoiler alert, I never got taller. I'm only like 5'8.5". So it was last year of high school where my parents were like, you are going to study medicine because we want a doctor. You should be a doctor. Yeah, okay, I like that, doctor, let's go. If you're in that position right now, I hope you have a conversation with your parents, and I hope you study what you actually are passionate about. If you study something that you know you're going to hate and you know you're not going to tolerate, your life will be very depressing and repetitive and mundane. So just a bit of advice. I mean, I'm not throwing shade to anyone else. I think a lot of people that do come from a harsher background, that they need to, if you have children or whatever, you have to find a job and have one down. That's very honorable and respectful. But for those that are in a similar situation as me, they have the freedom to choose or they have the opportunities to choose what they want to choose. Definitely try your best to pursue something that you're passionate about. And maybe if that doesn't work, maybe you have a plan B, but it doesn't hurt to try. So anyways, I think that was when it really hit me. University, first year of university, the transition is quite hard, because in high school you're spoon-fed a lot of information and learnings, but in university you're solo leveling, bro. No pun intended, man. First year was rough. My grades weren't that bad. They're pretty good. But yeah, I think as the months went on, I could feel the weight of the realization that was hitting me. That I was like, wait, I don't want to do this. Spoiler alert, I didn't fucking get into medicine. I think if I did, first of all, take a miracle. Second of all, I would have actually been very depressed because I hated studying, especially studying something that I didn't like. Didn't get in. Then my parents were just like, you know what? Just work in health. Like, it can be in health policy, whatever. Just get like a government job. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's do it. I like the idea. No, I didn't. Just liked getting my parents' approval. So yeah, graduated. I was still gymming at the time, and my last year of uni, I actually got my first long-term relationship. Keep in mind, wasn't. So, just to give you more context, the heaviest I've been up until high school was around 80 kgs. Okay, now I was fucking fat. I was like a meatball, like an actual human size. I looked like if a snowman was made out of meat, and that was Asian. Like that was what I looked like until I lost the weight. I lost like 15 kgs in a month through a very unhealthy diet. Yeah, I was decently built. I wasn't massive or anything. So yeah, got my first long-term relationship for around 2 years, and I gained 15 kgs back. Right now, no, I gained like 20 or to 25 kgs, which is where I'm at right now. I am currently fucking 100 fucking bucko kgs, man. Yeah. I don't look like it. That's probably because it's a mix of Probably because it's a mix of muscle and fat. Like if I wear an oversized tee, you probably won't be able to tell. But just to be completely raw and myself, I try not to wear t-shirts in the gym because I'm worried. Oh my god, what was I about to say? I am worried of looking like a big fucking meatball. I couldn't find that drives me to lose all that weight or like to be healthy again. And I'll tell you why. After uni, this all comes like your work, how you live your life, your mood, your friends. It will all affect your health and your energy and your drive to do things. And after graduating, I worked in clinical research, like a private clinical research company. Also okay job, my first full-time job. Worked for about a year until I changed. Yeah, I think I was still masking to be happy. I didn't fully realize that how unhappy I was. Because I was just thinking to myself, you know what? It's such a privilege to be able to go to university and then have a job and, have a stable job, especially after graduating. Like, I should be happy. But inside, deep down, could not be further away than being happy. And yeah, worked for about a year, and I decided to switch into tech because I thought, if I get into tech, you make more money, and the job's different. I like tech. I like building PCs and like software or whatever. It just seemed more interesting than clinical research to me. So miraculously, got a job in tech. I got a job as a project coordinator in a small data company. Even though I was getting more money, and I had a solid career pathway into being like a project manager or whatever. I hated it. I hated every part of it. Objectively, every part of my job was better than my previous job, but you just feel a void in your stomach, in your heart, and you're just asking yourself, why am I like not content? Maybe some of you can relate, maybe some of you don't, but it's just what I felt at the time. And yeah, I felt like every day was getting longer. It was like a typical 9 to 5. It was decently, like, it was hybrid as well, but for some reason it felt like every 8-hour shift, it felt longer each day. And I felt like I was decaying I was dissociating from my life. Yeah. Worked there for about a year. I couldn't explain how I was feeling to my parents because they couldn't understand. If they were me, they'd feel very accomplished and fulfilled, but to me, I couldn't stand it. I thought one day, you know what, I love to draw. I loved to draw. I love art. I love creating things. I told my parents, why don't I rekindle that youthful spirit of me and start to draw again? So I did, and eventually became tattooing. So I tattooed as like a hobby and a part-time thing outside of work, and it was nice. I really liked it. I mean, would I say that was what I knew I wanted to do that for the rest of my life? Probably not, but it certainly was. I found more fulfillment doing that than what I was doing full time. And I told my parents, you know what, why don't you let me like do what I want to do first? Like maybe I get some traction. Why don't you let me try this out, or like try something that I want to do for a year, and then if I don't get anything out of it, that's all good. I'll just go back to my job. But if something does happen, then perhaps I can pursue that. And then they were like, fuck no, what, you already have a full-time job, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, it literally doesn't make any sense. So, I had a big falling out, a massive argument with my parents, and then they're like, you know what, if you want to do that, we don't want to support you. You have to find your own place to live. Alright, because we don't want a son here who's gonna make a stupid decision to do that. I'm like, fuck it. Alright, I see. So, moved out. A few days after, I found a flat, and yeah, it was nice. I had to pay rent to learn how to be a functioning adult, which everyone goes through. And yeah, you had to pay, like, rent was decent, but I like to think it as you're paying for your mental health. But I was still in New Zealand, so they would like call me every day and stuff, and I could still feel their expectations creeping up on me, if you know what I mean. Anyways, back to the but yeah. So at the new tech job, I decided to quit in like a year because my mental health was just deteriorating nonstop, and I was like, wow, I need to get away from here, and I need to have a clean slate. So just packed my bags and moved to Melbourne, which is where I'm at today. And yeah, it's currently like month 8, still settling down in Melbourne. I found a nice casual job. I work at a gym. God, I hope no one I know watches this video. My parents don't know that I'm not pursuing my full-time career. And that's me today. That's you all caught up. I'm currently 24, 100 kgs, and $700 in my bank account. Yeah, to be honest, I could have been better with my money. But, you know, it is what it is. And we move forward, okay? We only go forward. You're probably judging me right now. That's okay. I accept where I'm at the moment. But yeah. So if you've watched till this long, first of all, congrats. I think my voice is very monotone. I'm surprised you watched this. I'll try to keep it as engaging as possible because I know my voice isn't the most engaging. It's pretty fucking boring, but you know, the whole point of me making this video is to let people know who are in a similar scenario as me that it's okay to not have it all figured out, and that in life you just need to make sure you're moving forward, you're not moving backwards. So you might think I'm a hypocrite that in terms of money, that okay, if you're looking at financials, yes, I ain't going backwards, but in terms of life, for me, it is a step up. The way I look at my life right now is that I'm free from my parents' hold of me, and then I'm actually learning to be myself from this new era, this new arc, I'd say. Today is the day that not only, I don't fucking know, man. What the fuck am I saying? I want to be that person. I want to be that person that wasn't there for me. I wish I had that person to tell me that it was okay with what was happening to me, and that to not worry about other people, how they're progressing in society, how, you know, they're making a lot of money, they're saving up to buy a house, they bought a house. Not to worry about the people that are like getting married or like, you know, found a relationship. It's like everyone has their own journey. Yours may not be the conventional journey, but everyone has their own story. Whether you find purpose, whether you find a sense of belonging, whether you find that one job that you love, whether you find the reason why you exist and your purpose for being here, whether you find, you know, the perfect person to spend your life with. Everyone lives their life at a different pace, and that's okay. It's okay to feel not okay. It's okay to feel not okay. It took me a long time to realize that. As ironic as it probably is, I've never felt more clear in the head, and I've never felt more alive. Even though I'm broke, even though I'm fat and short, even though I'm like not in the ideal position as a 24-year-old. It's easy to judge people. Like, if you watch the first few seconds of my video, you're probably thinking this guy's an absolute failure, which I probably am, depending on the perspective. But you choose the perspective you want to live your life, and if you want to see yourself as a failure, go ahead. You are responsible for how you see yourself. It's okay. I also want to say, I'm going to start like, I think my first goal is to first of all get fit again. Ideally lose like 15 or like 20 kgs in 1 year. I'm going to make weekly videos on my gym progress. So my goals for this year, I want to be, a year from now I will be fit. I will have hopefully more than $700 fucking dollars in my bank account. I will have successfully started something on my own, which probably should have said earlier. I've been studying web design, and hopefully we'll be able to make a successful brand. So, my thoughts are so jumbled up. Apologies if this does not make sense. Apologies if this video does not make sense. Fuck me. But yeah, a year from now, hopefully we'll have at least 1.4 grand. So double what I currently have. Have reduced my weight by 20 kgs. And yeah, I'll be filming my fitness progress. And if I make any progress in terms of my website design thing, I'll definitely upload that too. But for now, yeah, hopefully you've hopefully you're able to gain some value in this video. If you watch this because you're bored, hopefully I was entertaining enough to follow along. And if you're in the same shoes as me, know that it'll be okay. Make sure you pursue what actually fulfills you and not to just listen to whatever people tell you, okay? Because you are your own person. If you're solely living through other people's decision, then like, are you really living, right? Yeah. God, I really hope no one that knows me watches this. So, purpose of this video, I hope if you're on the